Admit, admit, admit.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
It worked. How's everybody doing today? Who we missing? Let me open up the chat.
I don't even know if I'm here.
You are. We hear you, but we don't see you yet.
No one will ever see me. Whoa. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. All right, I figured it out.
Oh my God, was that the most wild ride?
I don't want to
Thank
do
you.
that again.
Oh my God, that was not fun. Thank you, everybody, for all your patience. I just sent out 75 emails because Eventbrite had this brain fart, and I didn't want to leave it was like a mad rush, so it was like down to the wire. Holy cow. We rode that wave though.
I'm so sorry. I can only imagine 75. Well done. Well done.
I'm pretty impressed with myself.
I
I'm
would be
impressed
too.
with
I would, if it
everybody
was me,
getting
I
here.
would be too.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're waiting on Anessa and Julie. I think. Yes. Is Anessa here? No, not yet. And Miss Julie.
15 people, more people are coming in.
Let's clear the connection with some Palo Santo.
I just did that. So I was like,
This will be a good connection and everyone will show up.
Yes.
okay, there's Miss Julie. I just seen her name pop in here. And there's Anessa.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Miss Julie. How's this portal energy treating everybody today?
Oh, it's not even funny. I need to, I don't know. I need to get a ticket to somewhere.
Don't
Somewhere
feel bad.
else.
I woke up, my house was 95 degrees. My AC went out.
Oh,
That's right. I'm so sorry. Oh my
It's
gosh.
it's fixed now. Everything worked out. It's fixed.
Good.
So
I've been
otherwise,
exhausted. I cannot seem to get enough sleep.
Me neither.
Mm-mm.
What is that about?
this is a lot of energy. We have to make sure you grounding, 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 grounding. I went outside and ground probably 55 times. I just go, I'm like, I need to go ground.
55, I know, I hear you. So I went to the lake last night. I'm blessed enough to live about 2 minutes from the beach. The full moon's coming up over the trees and over the dunes, and you can hear the lake washing up on the beach. And I'm like, this is what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, is like releasing and grounding And, just this opportunity that we have with alignment, and the energy being what it is, you can feel it ramping up, right? So it is intense, and that's grounding is so important right now. So important.
So, I'm gonna wait till she finish.
Oh, come on, I'm good.
Anessa, I wanted to show you this because I know you would understand. So today in the mail, I'm gonna show you what I received in the mail today.
I think I
This,
know.
if I can get this one off, this is gonna blow your mind.
I think I already know.
I know you know because you're intuitive, so you know.
Oh,
Are those Herkimer?
Two of them
Those are
yeah.
pretty.
Beautiful.
with
Very nice.
this. Oh, you can't really see it.
So it's like that's lapis then?
Yes,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but
Wow.
this is what blew my mind.
Yeah. Those are really beautiful. Herkimers are my favorite. I was just saying, well, you know that. I was just telling Nicole that I've got so many Herkimers, and I'm thinking about like wrapping them because I know I can't keep them all, even though I want to. But they're just like little powerhouses, and I love Herkimers. I love them. I put bracelets on with a Herkimer in the center, and then ones that go on the outside because it's just an amplifier. So you with that, yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. You're gonna be all powered up. Remind me, I should tell you the story. I have a Herkimer story that is it's really wild. It's for another time though. Because it's long, but it's when I fell in love with Herkimers.
I just love them. And then I was
I
born in
know.
April, so I'm a diamond. My birthstone is a
Uh-huh.
diamond. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right, all right. So we ready? I think I wanted to start this off because Anessa, I absolutely love the way you started it off last time with a grounding and a meditation. Do you mind opening us up again with that?
Yeah, sure. I can do that.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. And it'll take me right into what I was going to talk about anyway. So it's actually perfect. And so just for anybody who might be new to what we're doing here, and I don't know if I missed an intro or anything because of technical stuff just joining, but I'm Anessa. My business is called Intune Healing. I'm considered a psychic medium. As part of what I do, the other part of what I do is I'm also a Reiki master that incorporates sound healing in my practice as well. So I like to encompass the mind, body, and spirit. Frequency and vibration is my thing. And right now, everybody's been talking about energy and feeling the buildup. A lot of conflict is going on. So it's important to be able to release that. It's also important to be able to transmute it and know somewhere to put it. So I'm going to go through that. But what we're going to do first is we're going to go in and we're going to come in for a grounding and centering meditation. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask, first of all, for the intention to be grounding and healing and really whatever is for the highest good of all for this 8-8 celestial alignment. And we're going to take in a deep breath in through the nose. Out through your mouth. And we're just going to let go of the day. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. We just want to bring ourselves to center. And we just want to bring in our full attention to this meeting and the people that are in it and with it, because we've all come together for a specific reason. We're all meant to be together today in this meeting, this learning, this ascension. And we're going to bring in the white light. And you're going to imagine golden, I like to be sparkly, sparkling energy that surrounds you, that surrounds and fills up the center of your body, fills you up from your feet all the way on up, bringing in white light of protection from all things seen and unseen, all forces and all elements. And we're also going to imagine that our root chakra is red and glowing, but what it has attached to it is a cord, and the cord attaches from the root chakra and it attaches to the center of Mother Earth. And when we make that connection, we say grounded. And we have now been grounded and connected to Mother Earth so that we can be grounded and centered and balanced in this moment. So we're in a position to receive the information we need to receive, to hear the things we need to hear, ask the questions we want to ask. We bring in the angels from the highest realms, our guides from the highest realms, and our ancestors from the highest realms to come in and guide us and direct us for the perfect questions, for the perfect messages, for this perfect time of alignment. And I give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, everybody, how does everybody feel? Hope that was good for what we did. For the last time we did unconditional love. This time we did the grounding and really opening us up for messages for our highest good and practices for our highest good. And with that, I'm going to roll into my release practices and my full moon practice, I guess. And it's really about, to me, the full moon. A lot of people think of full moon as release, release, release. To me, I think it's a good time to release as well as set your intentions for the next month. What am I going to manifest? And I think right now with Lionsgate, with this alignment, it's really important to keep us focused on our intentions, keep us focused on our goals, because manifestations are happening quicker and quicker and quicker. The energy is ramping up. So we have to guard our thoughts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what I do to release. So it does go something how I just brought us into our communication and our grounding. But the important part is the first thing I do is I set my intention. And I usually go to me, I live by a lake. So I'll go out, walk onto the beach. And I usually do it at night in the light of the moon. Doesn't matter the time. And I set the intention to release what no longer serves me, to bring in what is for my highest good. And you can keep it as simple as that, a simple intention. The next thing I do is bring in that white light. Bring in the white light for protection and guidance from all things seen and unseen, all forces and all elements, and I give thanks. Bring myself into center, and I do that. I say it as many times as I need to, and I go and bring in the white light until I feel like I'm protected enough. There is no right or wrong. And just for timing purposes, I'm not going to take us through the actual practice, but that's why you can watch this back and really kind of make it your own. These exact words are also not important. What is important is my light is flickering in my, it's like Morse code, literally. Oh my gosh. So, wow. So the intention, the protection, then we bring ourselves into grounding. The grounding is to bring us into balance and to focus. And that's important because we want to be focused and balanced because we don't want to just be in touch with anything. We want to be in touch with what we are purposefully releasing, that things that no longer serve us. And you can do that by imagining roots coming from your feet. You can do that how I told with the cord that attaches and saying the word grounded. And again, you repeat it until you feel grounded, until you feel like it's enough. Use your intuition. There's no right or wrong. You will tell yourself when it's enough. And then you know what I simply do is I say, I release what no longer serves me. And I'm a visual person, so I imagine kind of sometimes it looks like mud, sometimes it looks like oily dripping off of me, seeping into the earth, because I imagine the things that no longer serve me. I imagine that they don't look great, that they look muddy, that it looks dirty, I guess, for lack of a better word. So it just kind of helps me differentiate for things that I want to keep and for things that I want to get rid of. And I say I release. And the other component that I bring into this is the violet flame. The violet flame is what is used to transmute. It's used to change energy from what we know, what we know as what no longer serves us, into energy that can be released into the cosmos to be transmuted and transformed into another form. We don't decide that form, that's left to source. But the important part is we release and we say, I transmute to the violet flame what no longer serves me. And you can let spirit guide you. There is no right or wrong with this. That you can't go wrong with this because you're literally asking, number one, you brought in protection. Number two, you did your grounding. So you have to trust yourself that you will only be keeping things for your highest good and releasing what no longer serves you. And you can do that for as long as you want. And you can even go through specific situations and name them. I release blah, blah, blah with love, and I give thanks. There is no right or wrong. And you can do this for as long as you want, as short as you want. But the point is that you do it because you're releasing what no longer serves you. We don't want to hold on to that. Holding on to that is what causes blockages, causes ailments, causes feeling out of alignment. And when we release what no longer serves us, we make room for what does serve us. And that's what we're all about with this is alignment. And I close it with an I give thanks. And then I give thanks to Archangel Michael, to my ancestors, to the angelic realm. And I disconnect. For me, I disconnect using Roku because I do Reiki, but you can also just simply think disconnect or done or whatever your sign is for finished. And then take some deep breaths, walk it off, and you're done. You can finish up with a shower or a bath or anything, but that's not necessary. But after that, you have done your releasing. So that's my practice, and it's a little ramped up for Lionsgate, but it'll work for any full moon, and it'll really work for any day whenever you need to release.
Thank you, Anessa. That was beautiful. Thank you again
You're
for
so
opening us up
welcome.
with that beautiful grounding meditation. We needed
Yeah,
it. I felt like everybody needed it today because we all kind of been
yeah,
like, so thank you.
yeah. Of course. Thank you so much.
So next, I want to bring in, so we tried last time, but this is her time today. We're going to bring somebody new for it, Kimberly. Kim is not only the amazing creator of the Psychics Medium and Intuitive group, but she also, it's just amazing. I'm gonna let her tell you about her. So Kimberly will do an introduction and then kind of give us what you feel like for the Lionsgate portal is important.
Okay, so first of all, welcome everyone. I'm glad all of you are
A
here.
handsome young man. You get me? And I got a sense of humor. Nigga,
Hey, can we
I
kick
can
him?
go all day and just
Yeah,
shoot the ass niggas. And the homies
right.
gonna follow behind me because they know that J-Bo really a boy. Like, you feel me?
So can
Like,
you
I don't know how to mute him. Oh, somebody else
uh
must have.
that or we just
Well,
kick him?
yeah, that'd be great. Can we? I don't know
Uh
how.
I think Sue is the
What would you like me to do? Somebody muted him.
just kick him.
Got it.
86 him.
Yeah, he should be
Got
kicked.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to kick him though. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find him.
So if you go
He's
down,
Uh,
if you go down to participants, I don't know if you're on a computer.
I got it. I
got
got
it.
it.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. He's gone. What the heck?
That was so much
Lions.
fun. Wow, that was our commercial intro. Thank you for that, whoever that was. My name is Kimberly Loveridge. I'm glad to see you all here. I am a fourth generation psychic medium. I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia, which is also the location of the Edgar Casey Foundation, which I've been attending since I was 14, taking classes, and have moved forward with them. I've been practicing for about 13 years now, and I love what I do. People are, I love people. I just think they're really amazing, and so I just love that all of you have come here together for the same purpose. It just it touches my heart in a way that I wasn't ready for. So I don't know. I'm not that interesting, not much more about me, but for the Lionsgate portal, it's a great time to manifest. And what I like about that is I feel like, okay, for me, I manifest the positive attributes I already have. Um, as far as kind of getting rid of what no longer serves us, that that you have to take a moment to sit with. Some issues you don't, but a lot of it is usually things that we have control over anyway. So I don't, I'm not a big speaker. I'm sorry, guys. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Angel, so much.
You're welcome.
You did amazing.
You did good. I think it's
Yay.
good for everybody that's in the psychics medium and intuitive to finally put your face, to see who you are.
Most
Like I
I'm
know.
definitely.
here.
So thank you for creating that safe space for all of us.
Absolutely. I'm honored.
So all right. Now we're gonna move on to Miss Julie, because I see you sitting up here on the camera. So Miss Julie.
Did Kimberly finish what she was going to finish?
Yeah.
Okay. What I like to do when I'm trying to manifest or release things is a fire ceremony. So I've already saged my area and created sacred space. I've got a candle that's lit. And this is one of the things I learned in my shamanic practice is you get a little stick, like a little toothpick or something, and you blow into it whatever you're trying to release. And this is called a death arrow. So I'm going to blow into it fear, because that was one of the topics we were discussing about possibly including in this session. And so I'm going to release any fear that I have. I'm going to release any imposter syndrome, any anything where I don't feel like I'm good enough. So I'm going to blow it all into this little, you can use a toothpick, you can use a little twig. I've got these little wooden mattresses that I just tore off the little burny end off of it. And so I'm just going to blow that into the stick. So this is everything that I'm trying to release. And I've set the intention that everything that was blown into the stick is going to be released. So now I'm going to burn it. So I'm just going to put it into the fire and watch it burn. And that is dissolving away all of my fears, my imposter syndrome, anything where I am not feeling good enough. So now I've removed all of that, and I'm going to continue to watch that burn. I'm going to do a life arrow. And this is the same type of thing, but what do I want to bring into my life? Well, I want a financial abundance. I want joy and happiness and love. So I'm going to blow that into. So now I'm going to go ahead and set this on fire. But then I'm going to use the smoke to kind of bring it into my lower three chakras. So I'm just using the smoke. And the stuff that I'm burning away is stuff that's I'm no longer wanting into my life. And this is what I'm trying to bring in. So I'm bringing it into my root chakra, my sacral chakra, my solar plexus, and then just all over. And then once that's done, I burn this stick as well. Now, the other thing I've done before is bay leaves. Bay leaves are great for doing your intentions. And so you just take a bay leaf and write on it, like I'm going to release fear. So I wrote fear on here. And so now I'm going to burn the bay leaf. So you can do it either way. Bay leaves make it smell very nice. But you don't want to put out your candle, which I just did. So I'm going to light my candle again and watch these things burn away. But that's how I do my releasing and what I'm trying to bring in for the new moon, the full moon, Lionsgate. And that's all I had to share with y'all today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Julie. I like that the stick because I got a bunch of sticks. I might be blowing forever just with a fire going. So
Yeah, and you can use one for each thing you're trying to release, or you can blow more than one thing into a stick. I have lots of little matchsticks, so I can, but I just did one death arrow and one life arrow.
I'm gonna send you a video of me with a whole fallen tree. You'll know what I'm doing. You got it.
And hey, when you're using a candle, please use fire safety. I don't want anybody burning their place down.
Thank you, Miss Julie. I appreciate you. All right, so next we have up Miss Sue, and she's gonna talk to you about what she is doing for this 8/8 portal leading into this 8/9 full moon. Miss Sue, you still here?
We can't hear you.
I'm silent and deadly. I was on mute. Today is not my technology day. Oh man. The energy is wild. Hi, everybody. I'm Sue Ananian. I've been studying magic and Wicca in an ancient esoteric tradition for the last 24 years. And it's a path of initiation and different experiences, and I teach it now. And so one of my, how I move in the world is understanding the earth, the cycles, the astrology. And so here we are. I'm just loving, I love this group. We are all these like beautiful thumbprints of the divine, each of us spinning our magic into the world. And you can see that we do it our way. And thank you, Kimberly, for making such a beautiful group. One of the nicest things that I really enjoy about this psychic group is my relationships that are growing. The approved readers are an amazing group of talent and kindness and authentic generosity. I have never met a group like this before, and I've been around the block. Um, and then I get to meet the members in various stages of becoming, like all of us, and just sharing and learning and diving deep. So thank you for coming, and thank you for all your patience, because I was the one that did the invite, and Eventbrite just like blew up on me today, and I was scrambling. And look at all of you that just went with the energy, the flow, and here you are. We have a full house. We have 30 plus people here. How amazing. And what a great time to spend together. This Lions, so I love working with the moon and her cycles. And this powerful energetic alignment comes every year, the 8-8 Lions portal. And it's a cosmic gateway of high frequency and light and guidance onto our planet. The astrological beings, they are also in their path of progression. And so here we are all in one another's energy, and we can certainly feel it. Can't wait. And this year, if you are into the witchy ways, you'll know we just stepped last Friday into Lamas, which is where the wheel turns. And it's the time when the sun is the highest in the sky. It's a time of celebration and bounty and our harvest. So we stepped into this new portal on Friday. And here we are immediately stepping into the Lion's Gate. Now, the Lion's Gate is actually active from July 28th to August 12th. Today is its peak. And so today is 8-8, and we began this journey tonight at 8. And if you look at the number 8, it's like an infinity sign, as above, so below. And here we bring this energy into us, and then we bring it out into our lives, and the ripples spread out into our world. And you guys are the light workers that are really changing the collective. So it's important, it's powerful to understand what we're actually dealing with. And so not only is today the peak, but tomorrow is the full moon. We are blessed with the full moon in Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is about community, the collective, um, how to, um, it's about shining our bright light on our collective futures, our communities, and our soul's role in this world. So this is a time of really heightened energy. You might be feeling it. It's the sun, so it's fire. It's very electric. Leo is also um, now we are in August. It's the sign of Leo, and that Leo loves shining his light. And Leo is the strength card in the tarot, the major arcana. So if you're finding that that the light is really shining strongly on you, and you might be called to be strong and to hold your ground and to stand tall and find your purpose. So if this is happening for you, you are right on time. So receive, allow, don't fight it, allow, align, and activate your next chapter of becoming. I'm going to share some of the ways that I thought about, as I pondered, what am I going to share? What would be helpful? This is a really interesting alignment. The 8-8, this alignment of the sun and the Sirius, which is the spiritual sun, Orion, and the earth line up at this time. Now, in my tradition, with the Egyptian mysteries, we know that the sun is like the god of this world. The Orion, it can symbolize Osiris. Sirius is Isis, and here we are on the planet. So here we have the divine masculine and the divine feminine supporting us on this great portal of light. This marriage of divine forces and the full moon of collective awakening. So we have so many beautiful opportunities to stretch and grow, and we are totally supported by the celestial realm. So as some of our friends mentioned, this is a really great time to release what's outdated. Let go of old beliefs of who you think you are, especially the ones that keep you small. The full moon in Aquarius really supports radical freedom. And so claim your vision. Focus on what you want. Our words are powerful. Our vision is powerful. Be bold and specific for what you're calling in, not just for yourself. And yes, pray for yourself. Our religions will tell you not that we should pray for others. Don't forget yourself. When your cup is full and it overflows to everyone around you. So we must take care of ourselves first. And this new world wants you to help create it. Balance your heart and your mind. Let Leo's courage fuel you, and let Aquarius's vision guide you. This is a union of inspiration and innovation, and the divine masculine and feminine come together and birth something beautiful in you. So connect to the collective, and light, let your wishes ripple out into the world. you are here for really big things and you're beautiful. And that's what I wanted to share with you. So thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Miss Sue. We appreciate you as well.
Mhm.
I guess that makes me last. Uh, my name is Angel. Most of you know me. And I've been sitting with this all day, like, what do I want to share with you guys today? And I guess I'm gonna share what I become. So for me during this time, I become the observer, not the observer of other people, but the observer of my own thoughts, my own actions, my own ways. When we become the observer of ourselves, we can find things that don't align with us. And those are the things that I sit with and I release. And what do I mean by I sit with them? If there's emotions attached to it, I feel those emotions, but I don't just feel them. I feel where they're sitting at in my body. So sometimes I'll find emotions in my solar plexus. What is in my solar plexus? Why am I feeling these emotions? And I become the observer of myself. So what sometimes I'll notice, oh man, I had the idea to do this, but I don't take action on it. I'm observing myself. Why didn't I take action on it? What is there for me to release? And then that's what I become during this time is the observer of my own emotions and myself. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. We often feel like we have to get rid of ego, but ego is our greatest teacher because it shows us what we're holding on to. When we take control of ego and we balance that ego, that's the balance of your masculine and your feminine because you're balancing your fears, you're facing them. They're not leading you and guiding you and leading you astray. So I become the observer of that portion, which is me, of me, to learn from it, to learn what can I do? What should I not do? What's not in alignment with me? What am I holding on to? Is there trauma here? But remember, the body reacts before the mind. Your body will always react before the mind because your body is already in motion. So I pay attention to my body and what I'm feeling. So for me, for this 8-8 moon, Lionsgate portal and this 8-9 moon, what I've done is I took a green candle for myself. I wrote 8-8 on one side, Lionsgate on another side, full moon on one side. And then on the other side, um, I wrote, I manifest unconditional love for myself because unconditional world leads the world, in my opinion. When you love yourself unconditionally, you're unstoppable. Not in an ego way, but in a way of unstoppable because you know who you are. You're grounded, you're rooted, your everything is flow. So you're not searching, you're just in a state of unconditional love. And then I will burn it with a piece of bay leaf that says unconditional love for myself and cinnamon around it. Because I know that we're always on time in divine timing and everything we need, we have in every moment of every second of every day. We just got to trust. So that's for me for this 8-8 Lion Gate portal. Um, and that is all that I have for you for me today. Um, root in self, find that unconditional. Sometimes become the observer of self. When we become the observer of self, we find hidden gems in self that we didn't even realize we had. And it's a beautiful experience. So now we're going to open it up for questions. All right, everybody, we're going to start with the top. So Amy says, I'm not feeling the turmoil and angst that everyone else is feeling lately. I've been happier, not sure why. Anybody want to answer that? I feel like it's because you've done the work.
Well,
What do
that too. And everybody's has a different experience, you know, their energy is always ebbing and flowing, you know. And yeah, it probably is a reflection of the work that you've done. It's like a reward, right? You're in alignment instead of feeling chaos, you know? Love it.
Let me just say this. Excitement and extreme fear feel the same. She chose excitement.
That's deep.
That is deep. I did want to mention one thing real quick before we get too far into it. With my practice, I know I mentioned that I do mine outside. But that's I don't want people to think that you have to do that practice outside. You can do it inside. Grounding and releasing a lot of times is associated with having to be outside, but it's the practice itself, it's the intention. So don't let that limit to you. If you have to do it inside, do it inside. I just wanted to add that real quick before, because it's great to do it outside, but it's not necessary.
Thank you. All right, this next question is for you, Miss Julie. Miss Julie, do you teach shaman classes?
As a matter of fact, I'm working on my first one. I've got a healing through the medicine wheel course that I'm working on. Yeah, it should be pretty good. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm also working on a animal chakra class. And then I've got my beginner animal communication class coming up again, probably mid to late September. I haven't not narrowed down the dates yet, but that should be coming here shortly. But yes, I am working on a beginning shaman class. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, Miss Julie. All right, so Carrie says, I am noticing more tension and also heightened psychic abilities. Interesting space for sure. Energy feels dense and light at the same time. I've been toning more, taking salt oil baths, and burning so much sage. Not even sure how I landed here in this group, but there are no coincidences. That is beautiful. I think everybody's feeling the tension right now, right? With this energy, we all kind of feel like this tension, and we're all probably running around burning sage and trying to balance it and ground. I think it's just this energy. We got a Miss Sue, I think we got a planetary alignment, 6 planetary alignment following this, right? 810. Miss Julie, we got 810, right?
That's what I saw. 8, 10, 6 planets are aligned. Not sure what all that means because I'm not an astrologist, but I just know that that's big.
Yeah.
Well, and the alignment is what brought her here. The frequency, she's aligned with this group. She's aligned with the people here. Like I mentioned earlier, there's no coincidence that this group of people has met here today in this space and this time. These messages are meant for you to hear. This energy is meant for you to feel, so that you have found yourself here and now in this environment with these people. And that you can observe what's happening here and now. That's your message, right? That's the important part. Observe what you're witnessing here and now. What is here for me? And I think that shows that you're in your alignment. You have found a group that vibes so high and has integrity and alignment and cooperation. And I think that's what sets us apart, right? It's beautiful.
All right, so someone says, I've been seeing 1111 for the past month. Have not delved seriously into numerology, but the energy feels very intense. Any thoughts?
I'll go. Look up the spiritual meaning of 1111, because there's a lot of different interpretations out there. I can tell you my interpretation. Somebody else can tell you their interpretation, but you need to see what resonates with you. So look up the definition, look up several definitions, and see what resonates with you.
Something else to do. Something else to do too is be mindful of your thoughts at that time, because your guides will communicate with you through synchronicities that way. So when you see those numbers, what are your thoughts? Is because sometimes you might find out you're thinking, gosh, I could start a new business, and you look at the clock and it's 11:11. That's your guides sometimes are confirming the things you're thinking. So be mindful of your thoughts at that time as well.
I think also when I think of 1111, I think of 11 as mirroring itself. Is it not? We are mirroring creator as it was intended to be. We are mirroring each other, the oneness. And so I almost feel like seeing 1111 kind of like that is, I think she's seeing herself in all her truth for the first time. That's how I read that.
I like that too.
Not to mention 1111 comes down to 4, which is stability. And think of 4 legs on a table, it's stability. And that is in across the board, not only financially, but emotionally, your day-to-day activities, you're centered. I think that's a beautiful sign to see.
I like it. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
All right. So here's the next question. During this time, are we more likely to be spiritually seen? I think I was attacked last Thursday. I couldn't place what happened until this week. Miss Sue, I think that's a question for you. I mean, it wasn't directed at you, but
Yeah, would you repeat that question, please?
during this time, are we more likely to be seen spiritually? I think I was attacked last Thursday. I couldn't place what happened until this week.
Um, I so what I want to say, the first thing that comes up is we don't need to be spiritual. We are spiritual. We are the divine that came down through the many dimensions and became physical. And so our work is to actually remember who we are, but it's to live a full life, to be anchored and on this planet. We are physical so that we can create and manifest our life. So there, what the question behind the question, what I'm hearing is, yes, we are waking up. More people are being called to, their contracts are waking up. Their soul families are coming on board. They're meeting. They're being called to do their work. And so our spiritual work, our divine contracts are waking up. As for being attacked, I do have training in my lineage. I am part of a warrior clan. So we have training in all sorts of different energies and experiences in the universe. And there's what can feel like it's not just airy fairy, good feelings out there. There's all sorts of different energies. We we are comprised of different energies, and so it's if we come across something we've never experienced before, it can trigger trauma. It could trigger discomfort. If you know the different elements in the world, earth, water, air, fire, and then of course there's 4 elements within those 4 elements. Earth feels really different than fire. Air feels really different than water. And so part of our work is, and our training can be better understanding the world around us and within us. So is it an attack or is it something being triggered? I teach a class, and there's one part in the class that this is just really coming up for me, is how do we interpret our world? Because things will come to us before it is even conscious. And so it will take a while before it even comes into formation. So there's all sorts of different energies. If you're worried about darker energies like saging and Palo Santo, and I'm in a tradition where I love mugwort and rosemary. You can use different herbs to fumigate and to cleanse yourself. You can use water to bathe and purify yourself. So did I answer it? I don't know.
Angel, can I speak on this?
Absolutely.
So I do think that when you come into your psychic self and you start to shine, yes, people are attracted to that. Guess who else is attracted to that? Think of duality. For every match you light, there's the darkness on the other side. So you're lighting up, it's pushing into the darkness, is it not? The darkness right away wants to attack it. So, yes, when you come into your psychic self, people will come out of the woodwork against you. Be ready for that. Know that it's in a very weird way, almost, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a gift, but it's a little envy. You're lit up. They want that so badly. And that what they don't understand is there's enough for all of us. We can all light up inside as brightly as we choose. And so, yes, that does happen. When you're more aware, there is that sense of duality.
And duality exists in everything. It's your yin and yang.
I love that. That was great.
Thank you. I'll take a bow.
All right. Can you explain how to identify the energy you are talking about versus the regular life stuff? I've been dealing with so many emotions and haven't been able to sleep. I had no idea it had anything to do with energy and earth. How can I figure this out for future references?
So what energy are they asking about? You mean like when you say, do you feel the energy right now? Is that kind of the question?
Can you maybe elaborate on that, Christine Simmons? We're gonna come back to that. Oh yeah, she said yes, what Kim said.
I think it's a practice of being very sensitive to energy in the same way that when you're in a room and you turn around and you see someone and you don't know why, you do not want to be around them, or you really want to know them, not based on what they're wearing, what they look like. It's being able to pick up on that kind of energy.
Yes. And remember, everything is energy. Energy is always in motion. It never rests and it never dies. It's always in motion. So that's even with your thoughts. You might not realize you if so those I don't really like using the word negative, but those thoughts are like, gosh, it really suck if it was 85 degrees tomorrow. And then you wake up the next day and it's 85 degrees. It's because it's energy. Thought is always in motion. Energy is thought. Just like your pen. So think your pen had to be a thought before it was invented. Your phone was a thought before it was created. Everything is thought and it's energy and it's always in motion. So I try to be conscious of my thoughts. So I'm just putting that out there for thoughts with energy. Yes, Miss
And
Julie. Oh,
you
sorry,
can
I missed it. Go ahead.
also, oh, you can also ask, right? You know, tap in. What is, not that you have to tap in to know, but when we are feeling a certain way or we do get a feeling, turn your attention to it and say, what is this? And what is the answer? You might get a feeling back from that. You might get an answer back from that, depending on, yourself. But you can ask, what is this? What am I feeling? Um, you know, and two, are you absorbing from your environment or the situation? Have you absorbed something from somebody, being like empathic or from the situation? So abs- take the situation into consideration too. What are you doing in the moment? So
Miss Julie, I saw you had something to say too.
Yeah, I know the full moon is tomorrow, and I know whenever there is a full moon or new moon, I have trouble sleeping for This one has been like a week because it's such a strong full moon. So you might be reflecting some of the lunar energies as well and why you aren't sleeping. So I just wanted to point that out as well.
Thank you, Miss Julie.
Also, Julie, as with what you're saying, remember, just like in tarot, the cups, water signifies emotions. We're mostly water, and the moon is doing the same thing to us that it does to the tides. So for us to be even keeled is almost impossible.
Yes, this is a very emotional time too.
It's just the nature of the beast. It just is.
And I think that's really important, Kim. What an important point, here in the here and now, in this moment, being a physical body, being affected by the ebb and flow, gravity, forces of nature, the laws of nature. These are all the experiences that we signed up for right now as humans, doing the human experience here. So, we love to be in this state of positivity, in this state of elation. But the truth of the matter is there are going to be times where we have a low, or we have a moment or moments of chaos, misalignment. But that's our experience that we asked for here, through different decisions that we've made from our free will, with thought patterns. All of these things brought us to the here and now. And, that it's such a great thing to be talking about the full moon right now and the ebb and flow of energy, with energy being a constant flow, emotions being a constant flow, thoughts being a constant flow. We don't have to stay in the state we are. But it's important to recognize the experiences that we are going through and to try to learn from them, because that's where patterns are created. If we don't release or learn, we're going to repeat. So it's a very important point that Kim brought up with the energy and the flow. But also remember, this is a human experience. So all the emotions that come with it, it's normal to experience. So remember that when you're experiencing a low, it's not something that you're going to completely always get away from, because it's not natural. You're going to have both. So just kind of know that it's been full of energy.
Thank you, Anessa. That was beautiful. All right. So someone said, I've had a couple amazing experiences, but recently it seems to have turned completely off. Any thoughts?
I have a thought on that. I find that true when I've got too much going on. I'm not paying attention to the magic that's all around us. If I'm worried about, I've got to go to the grocery store, I've got to get my oil changed, I've got to go to work, I'm not present. I'm not present enough to notice the magic. And for some people that see, I don't know how many of you do this, but I notice when I'm in my head like that, I lose a lot of the beautiful moments because I'm just too, full. But then when we can kind of dial it down a little, I start seeing, the people that come around or around the corner, the shadow people. I'm like, well, they're back. I was getting worried. Nobody else would say that, but I'm like, oh, good, they're still here. Thought it was me. So that's my take on it.
I've
So
also, I've
go
also,
ahead.
I've also experienced quiet periods when I'm spiritually growing. Sometimes it gets quiet. And then of course our mind wants to take over. So, part of our work is, I'm always um, suggesting to people that I know to meditate. Like, we need to quiet our minds. And so, because our mind wants to take over. So it could be exactly like Kimberly said, a busy life, because we are busy, but if we check into it, it could also be, I want you to hear that it could also be that you're growing. In the West, we're used to fast action movies. We're used to McDonald's. We're used to a fast pace, and the West is prized for its mind. And with our spiritual work, we also, um, oftentimes we have to get quiet. And so sometimes it's okay to be quiet. So if that helps.
Yeah, I will say I will find myself sometimes sitting a whole day and time passes just quiet, just staring at a TV that's not even on. And I'll look down and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 6 o'clock. Where's the time went? Have I really been sitting here for, all day? But those are the most beautiful moments because it's just quiet and I'm able to just sit. So I love those times. But then it seems like the next day when I feel like when we're back, it's like everything is like boom, 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 boom. So I understand those are your integration moments. And it
Mhm.
allows your energy body to reset and allows your physical body to reset and integrate together. Uh, so Robbie said, what would be the advice on how we can all follow up after this peak tonight? So do you mean follow up with us individually or just follow up with this energy? The energy.
So I, for me, it's about staying in alignment and keeping your energy in a certain place. And again, there will always be ebb and flows, but I would say get yourself a practice, get yourself a ritual, so to speak. Wake up in the morning, set an intention, do a check in with yourself, focus in, do some breathing, do some protection, do some grounding, check in with yourself. How do you feel? And I call it energetic hygiene. I say it's just like how people, how we take showers. We don't pay enough attention to our energetic hygiene and taking care of what we need to keep in balance. And I think it's just about having something that we repeat and getting in the habit of, you know, meditating, clearing our chakras, um, setting an intention for the day, being intentional with our words, thoughts, energy. That's how you keep yourself in a place of alignment. So I hope that helps.
Thank you, Anessa. And then for me, what I've done is, believe it or not, I don't like most people do like a planner and day by day. I kind of make like a list. Everybody know I love writing. I love notebooks. But I'm not organized. My organization is write down all my thoughts, and then I go back to that notebook. So for me, I'm going back to things that I set the last full moon, that was this potent, and I'm saying, okay, I've been in my flow. I've been going, and I'm looking at this list and things that I've done. I've checked off. So for me, so now after this one, I'll make a new list and I'll add the things that didn't go on there, which are like a couple of things, which are like not even spiritual. It's fix the fence so my dog doesn't escape. No, I still haven't done it yet. He's still getting out. So I'll still work on that. But it's things like that. I'll go back and check and then I'll make a new list, right? And then I'll set, and I don't like to set dates or time frames because energy always happens in divine timing. And you don't want to try to control the energy. You want to flow with the energy. An analogy I like to use: when you're swimming against the current, you're not going anywhere. We're in the current, you're not going anywhere. You're just pedaling as hard as you can. guess what happens? You get tired and then you start floating with the current. Why not just flow with the current and just let the energy take you? Because while you're swimming against it, everything you're manifesting for is going right past you. And you're not going to see it because you're fighting so hard swimming against the current. So just go with that flow. So that's something I'll do. So I'll follow up with that. And then I like to say I set it and forget it. I just set it and I let the energy guide me through that. Because now it's put out there, the universe, my guides know, source knows it's out there. All I got to do is trust the process. And that's trusting in myself to follow through and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, because if you try too hard, you're going to end up pushing it away. If you trying to control the situation or trying to set deadlines or I want it this way, that way,
Yep.
you're just going to push it further away. It's going to cause resistance.
Resistance. Yep, exactly. Law of attraction.
Yep.
Hmm.
I think it's also important to be gentle with yourself after this because it's almost like I feel like we've all been on a long horseback ride. When, for those of you that ride or have ridden, the first thing you do when you get off that horse is like, ah, walk it. You've got to learn to walk it off, be very gentle with yourself.
Yes. Self-care. Y'all might not think about that as important, but you said be gentle, self-care. So I'm going to talk about self-care a little bit, and I like for all of you kind of to chime in. I know when we say self-care, we think of like natural self-care, getting our hair done or getting a haircut or, but self-care can be anything that's within your passion that you love to do. So for me, it's fishing and fall season's coming up. So I'm gonna be watching football, but that's my self-care. And I go fishing. When I'm drained, I go fishing. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I want to have a self-care day. I don't catch a single fish. I literally feed all the worms I have to fish or a turtle. But it's not about the fact of fishing. It's that it's peaceful. I'm by the water. I'm in nature, and it's a self-care day for me. So think about during this time to look at self-care for yourself. Really find out. And this is about bringing out that inner kid in you. What did you love doing as an inner kid? It could be rollerblading. It could be ice skating, playing a sport, playing music, dancing. That's self-care. And that's something that's going to be helpful after this energy too.
Angel, I think that's beautiful. And I want to offer the flip side of that coin is also self-care is, say your neighbor comes over and they're like, I don't like the way you mowed your lawn. My version of self-care is I don't engage. I don't let myself get upset. I don't engage with social media that's negative. I don't engage with negative people. I don't put myself in a scenario where I owe anybody anything. I simply avoid. It's self-care. It's just like being on a diet. Yes, you want to eat salads, but you have to know what to avoid too, because it's all a bunch of pluses and minuses.
Yep. Anybody else want to chime in on that? Julia, Nessa, or Miss Sue?
I think you guys covered it because that's, you can't continue to give and give and give and not replenish. And what that's part of self-care. That's part of, you know, also being aware, self-aware. What do I need right now? A lot of times, we're oh, I'll push through. Oh, I can do it. One more thing. But it's like we're getting these feelings of tired, of rest, of pain, of fatigue, for a reason. These are all signs to do something to replenish, to fill our cup. And, you know, we can only help by being our best self. And if your cup is empty and you're still trying to help, are you really helping? Because, maybe you're not really giving the right things either when you're scraping the bottom for stuff to give, it's like you always have to replenish yourself. It's honoring yourself and um listen to yourself. And that's really the most important thing. Your body will tell you what you need. And pay attention, listen to yourself.
Yeah, because I didn't listen one time and Spirit took the carpet right out from under my feet. So, if you don't listen, if you don't take care of yourself, Spirit's going to make it so you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yep. Agree.
I get COVID every time I don't listen. Never fails. I get COVID. I have it for exactly 2 days and I feel better. Like it is the wildest thing. But every time I haven't listened, I've gotten COVID. And I know it. As soon as it hits, I'm like, I got COVID. Oh man, I should have took that time off. I guess I'm sitting on the couch for 2 days. So I listen now. I listen
Yeah.
now.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is then we always in hindsight go, I knew I should have did that. I heard it, I felt it. I knew I shouldn't have did that. And it's like that's why hindsight's 2020. But that's also now why I listen to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I would clear my whole
Yeah.
day off. I'm tired. I'm going fishing. I'll talk to y'all
Yeah.
later. All right. So I love this. Sorry, somebody was saying something?
I was just going to share. I just had the hardest experience. My knee went out. It's and it's been it was interesting how it happened. There's a long story, and it was an old trauma that resurfaced, and it happened again the exact same way it did 45 years ago, and it was related. And it really had me on the sidelines for a while. And, I've done all the doctor's stuff and all that, and it's summer, and it got me sitting out in the sun again, in my yard again. And I realized I had been creating my life the way I had been creating it for the last 24 years, my healing practice and the way I teach and do things. And I was really, in the quiet moments, I realized I was burning out. I was burnt out. And so I reinvented myself. And it was because it was quiet and I couldn't do anything. And frankly, it was really hard because I was like on a cane and crutches and in pain. I'm in PT right now. It's all shifting. But it was it was really hard. It was since April. And like Julie said, if sometimes you'll get sidelined. And I'll tell you, it was the best gift that happened. Don't want to do it
Thank you.
again, but it was good.
Thank you, Miss Sweet. I like what Robbie said. I think self-care is about how you speak to yourself. You can also ask yourself, would I talk to a child like that? Would I talk to a parent like that? If the answer is no, then don't talk to yourself like that. Absolutely. And something else I like to talk about is boundaries is a part of self-care. Boundaries.
Yes.
Saying
Yes.
no. Boundaries. We sometimes we'll say yes when we really mean no, but boundaries is huge with self-care. Because if you don't know, saying no is the greatest form of empowering self to do what self needs to do for self. And that's how I look at saying no.
Most definitely.
It
Most
is. And boundaries isn't about saying, um, I don't want to do that thing for you, or it's not about, do I like you or not? It's not about any of that. It's that I can't take it on my plate. And that's the end of it. Sometimes people take that personally. And to me, if you're going to be, if you're going to take it that personally, you have to really look at that too. Because if I say no, it's for no other reason than I've got too much on my plate.
Absolutely. All right. Do we have any more questions tonight? We're down to the last 9 minutes. If we don't have, I'm gonna wait a few minutes, but if we don't have any more questions, we're gonna close it out. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna let anybody make sure you guys, if you have any classes coming up, events coming up, and I should every time we do this, I say I'm gonna pin everybody's website, and I never do. I never do. I forget every time. But how we can find you? How I've learned this the hard way too. That's why. Just a huge thank you to you all for your great advice and information. You're absolutely welcome. So we're gonna close it out tonight. We're gonna start with Anessa, since you kicked it off. Any classes coming up, how people can book with you, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So the approved readers are all featured on the, well, I think it's the featured tab. We have album tab for reviews. We do have a website, the Inner Light Network, that we, I think it's www.innerlightnetwork.com, that we can also post in the group. I'm pretty sure it's on our group page as well. I do have a class tomorrow. Crystal Healing for Beginners is what another approved reader, Nicole Renee, and myself are doing a beginner class on crystal healing and covering some crystal basics, how they're used in everyday life for practical implications, as well as in our spiritual practices. I teach Intuition 101, which covers protection, grounding, intention, and touching base with your intuition. And also energetic hygiene are all coming up. Crystal healing is tomorrow. August 23rd are the other two. I'm also working on a class on pendulums. So you can look for that coming up as well. In Tune Healing is my website, and that is, I think we can pin it somewhere, or it's listed in the pages as well. But yeah, I can be booked online. Again, psychic readings, mediumship, and healings, Reiki and sound healing.
And just because this just came through as a download, if you have been worried about working with crystals, because we've seen so much about crystals come through that group, the psychics, please sign up for this class, because you're going to get a wealth of knowledge. And a lot of these crystals, not only is our energy starting to wake up, these crystals are starting to wake up. They're making their way to each person that they're supposed to be to. So a basic crystal class would be, I would suggest you all, you know, take that class. I think it's going to be needed. I'm seeing it's needed just through the group of all the crystals that are coming through to be approved. Crystal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think if you want to sign up, they want to message you, or they have a link.
So I have a flyer that is posted in the group, but yeah, please message me individually because it is tomorrow. So yeah, please reach out as soon as possible, really. It's being held through Zoom tomorrow, 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And so, yeah, we have spots available. Yeah. And, crystals, they are an amplifier of our energy. If you're looking to amplify your intuition, if you're looking to connect with your higher self, if you're looking for protection, come on, protection, grounding, ways to feel more connected, ways to enhance what you're already working on, crystals can help. And they also carry information for us. So yeah, I love it.
Thank you, Anessa.
Yes,
All
thank
right,
you.
next we got Kimberly. Kimberly, if you anything you got coming up, what you do, and how people can reach you.
So my site is psychickimberly.com altogether. I do have some things coming up. They are local if you're in Virginia Beach or around the area. August 28th, and again at the end of October, I am doing mediumship gallery readings at the Edgar Casey Foundation. So very exciting. So I'll be doing that. I have not had time to do classes or anything online, but hopefully it's something that I'll get to. And I think that's all that's going on with me.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
Miss Julie.
Okay. I've got two websites. One is juliejeanbassett.com. The other, and that's more for the animal communication. Then I've got whitetailshamanichealing.com. That's for more of my shamanic healings. I've got a Facebook business page, facebook.com/J Bassett Animal Communicator. I have a beginner animal communication workshop coming up. Probably
Just kicked us out.
You know, I love how everybody just comes back.
We are back.
You guys are beasts.
I never left.
I didn't either. I don't know what happened.
Oh man. I hope our recording's okay.
Oh my
It
God.
still said, when I came in, it says recording in progress. So I think it's still recording.
Hope so.
yeah, I think so too. But we lost all of our participants, it looks like.
Well,
There might be a
man,
few left.
Well, we can finish the recording and then send it out.
yeah, yeah. What
Yeah,
a
we still have
great,
a few people there.
I mean, the energy, amazing. The vibe, so good. And the message, so good. I love these meetings. Powerful stuff from everybody. So my mom's sitting here next to me. She's like, so it's just so cool to share this moment and experience with everybody the connection. And I love it. It's so powerful right now. So happy.
I think we raised the vibration and then we may have short circuit the energy through all the technology.
When I tell
Well, we
you,
got-
when I was talking the first time and I was bringing in the energy, I look over my porch light, looked like it was doing Morse code. Doot, 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 doot. I was like, it's never, mind you, never done that before, right? And it was distracting because it was it wasn't flickering like electric, like a outage or like a connection. It was like doot, 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 doot. What?
So
That was
you,
wild. Wild.
We do
so
have a
somebody,
question in the feed.
Mm. I
How
don't
often do we do these events? Probably every other month.
I would like to do it once a month. I mean, if we could. I
Yeah,
think
the
every
summer
other
kind of got
too
away
long.
from us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we did miss the 1 month, but our plan was to do it every month. So, yeah.
We will be doing it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Right,
next month.
Before we get kicked out because of the energy again, Miss Julie, let's pick back up with you.
Okay, my class is beginner animal communication workshop coming up probably the third weekend of September. I've got a animal chakra class coming up where I'll teach you how to do the healing on the animal chakras as well. But that's just one part of the healing that I do. And then there's a shamanic course coming up about healing through uh, um, the shamanic wheel. Sorry, I'm kind of brain dead right now. But yeah, through the medicine wheel. Thank you. Those are still in progress. I'm not sure when I'm going to launch those yet, but hopefully those will launch in September as well. Maybe sooner. That's all I've got going on at the moment.
Thank you, Miss Julie. All right, Miss Sue, what do you got coming up and how can they reach you and all that fun stuff?
so I'm Sue at soulfullyouwellness.com. Reach out, say hi. I'm also on Facebook. Let's be friends. And I'm doing a ton of readings right now. I'm preparing my fall and winter calendar. I'm doing initiation of, some really deep dives into this Solomonic lineage, where medicine is handed down from teacher to student. And I will be apprenticing a few beautiful people. And I'm also be teaching sacred geometry, crystal healing, crystal gridding, astral travel, sacred geometry, sanctuary meditation. So there are things that I do that I am taking people on adventures into the high spiritual training. And so it's fun. So reach out, say hi.
Thank you, Miss Sue. All right, and then of course y'all know my name is Angel. You can find me at I almost gave you my TikTok name. You can find me at soulrisehealing.com. I do a lot of healing through meditation and stuff. So go to my site, you can see all that. I have a bunch of classes coming up, but they will be on my Patreon. So I'm going to deep dive into the chakras, starting back with the Earth Star chakra and connecting it to the planets and all that good stuff and all that fun stuff. So that's coming up. That'll be taught on my Patreon. I'm going to teach an alchemy class on my Patreon. So that's where you can find that information. And the cool thing about my Patreon, if you sign up, you get a free session with me every month. So it's an automatic session. So it's a way to grab a session with me. So my classes coming up will be taught there. Energetic protection there. Just basics along with chakras and alchemy, because that's two things that I absolutely love is chakras and alchemy. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time. So soulrisehealing.com is where you can find me at. And again, in order, you can find all of us if you're in the Psychics Medium and Intuitive group. If you go to the feature tab, you look under the feature tab, we're all listed under the approved readers. And you see us pop up every now and then too with something inspirational, for you. So look for that in the feed as well. But I don't have anything else. So do anybody else have anything else? Or would anybody like to close us out and ground out this energy? Because I felt like we shorted out Zoom with all the energies. So would anybody like to help us ground out this energy to ground it out and close out the evening?
Anessa?
I was just going to say, I can close us out. So, I think the first thing I'd like to do is, we always give thanks for these messages, for this alignment, for bringing us together in this space and having these connections and having these interactions are all a part of growing and learning. And the connections we're making right now are all little seeds for our future self, and giving thanks for that and gratitude for that is where we want to be and sit. And so that's how I like to close things out, is always give thanks. Thank you to the angelic realm. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, any other angelic beings that came with us to guide us and protect us through this space. Thank you to the Ascended Masters for guiding us and helping us through this sacred space. Thank you to our higher selves for guiding us and directing us in through these sacred space and through this time. And thank you ourselves for being our vessel for this time and space in the here and now. And we're going to take a deep breath, bring ourselves to center. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. Thank you all for being here. And until next time, we will see you all next time.
Thank you.
And
Bye,
then
everyone.
Bye.
whoever was recording, don't forget to hit stop recording.